Can this be accomplished? I know you're all
As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, I can be incorruptible.
He gave us a signal.
Where are you?
Something elemental, something terrifying.
Welcome back. We're back at our regular time. This is episode 32 of CaveCast. We are talking about so we got out of the Silver Age, which was well, interesting. There was plenty to cover, but not a lot to cover at the same time. But now we are into the Bronze Age, and we're gonna see some stark differences. This is when you're gonna start to see art from like Neil Adams. Denny O'Neil is taking over as editor. And you know, they're bringing Batman back to its roots, and also this is when they said they start to kind of rebel against the comic book code of authority. And you know, you'll start to see this here because a character like Man-Bat you couldn't
would not have been accepted.
No, it would not have been accepted
under the code.
Nope. So we got a couple people hopping in, but bright and early we got Ryu. Morning. I hope you and the missus are doing okay. We are, sir. We are.
Someone's just trying to recover. Someone's just recovering from MegaCon. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I got sick on the plane ride home for sure. Like I definitely caught something. Just a little buggy bug. Boosh McFadden. I thought Batman was a baseball thing. Well, I mean, yeah.
Bat boy.
Different type of bat, different sort of man. Yeah, well, as always, if you just you know, like the show, like I said, the viewing's been a little sketchy, but then again, so has my presence online. I haven't been regular. So what are you gonna do? Let's just jump into it. No, I will not. Oh, friend of the channel, Boosh McFadden. Tibbies. That'll probably help. Wow, see, I don't even remember how to do this anymore, guys.
Have you forgotten already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Man-Bat, Kirk Langstrom is a fictional character appearing in American comic books. Detective Comics 400, June 1970. So, like, very early Bronze Age installment. Character belongs to the collective of the Rogues Galleries. Yada, yada, yada. We got all that. You know, he's a sympathetic villain. He's an anti-hero. And he is exactly what it is. He is a giant man.
That is a
bat. Yes.
Yeah. I just want to point out, being that we are now in the Bronze Age.
Yes.
This is the Bronze Age omnibuses.
Oh, nice. I'm still working on collecting the gold and silver before I get to bronze, but that's definitely going to happen. Because actually, I'd say Bronze Age is probably my favorite. It's when they really start to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because Golden Age is one thing. Also, great to see you, blue collar. Half man, half big. So yeah, this is when they really start to focus on the character again, and sometimes to their own demise here. You kind of get what I like to refer to as like emo Batman. He he gets a little cross with Dick Grayson sometimes. He gets a little impulsive. But they're working it out and they're honing the character. And by the time we get to the modern age, Batman's pretty much established and figured out the way that we know him today.
Yep.
But yeah, there was some growing pains there, but they had to get away from that Silver Age silliness that you were seeing. It wasn't all just smiles and chuckles. And really, I'm pretty sure they just got the idea for Man Bat. I'm pretty sure just Denny O'Neil went, what about Man Bat? And then that's what they ran with. I'm sure they'll cover it here, but I really don't think there was much more that went into the character.
No. But at least he wasn't sitting around a fire circle playing Wonderwall and go, what if he says Martha?
Yeah. No.
So, I mean,
it's
the Coke fueled deciding of a character.
Yeah, no, I'll
well, we have Batman. It's a Batman series. So what about Man Bat?
Yeah, yeah, but imagine that conversation 20 times faster. It was like, we got to get shit done. Yeah.
True.
This is not our only line, people. So the original version of the story, Kirk Langstrom was a zoologist who tried to give humans a bat's acute sonar sense because I believe he was going deaf. So he was trying to, I guess, cure deafness. Yeah.
Science doesn't fix everything, ladies and gentlemen.
No. Thanks for that comics code, you stupid bastards. Yes. You know, if I've always found that, you know, really helps the creative process is government interference. That's but who am I to say? You know, I'm just some guy. You know, I'm just some guy with a camera and a carbonated water to soothe my deep and scratchy voice from flying out to MegaCon.
Carbonation's not good for your throat, just saying.
Oh, well, maybe that's why my voice has sounded like this since I was like 8 years old.
Possibly. That or have you been smoking since 8? I mean, that also.
I started smoking at 11. Relax.
Okay.
I
You
quit.
waited a few more years.
Yeah. I wanted to develop. Either way, I'm screwed. Let's see. Yeah, so, you know, yada, yada, yada. He was a zoologist, which I don't know why a zoologist would be like, I need to cure hearing for people. But, you know, I just thought about that. But he managed to develop an extract that could supposedly do this upon testing it on himself, you know, as one does. He transformed into an anthropomorphic feral half bat hybrid, lacking sapience and acting purely on instinct, which will eventually change. The more he hones the formula, he becomes a little bit more in control of his faculties. But yes, when it first started out, he was just crazy giant bat. I have a joke for that. A guy meets this gorgeous Asian girl at a bar, and then he asks what she does. She says, "I'm a pirate." And he says, "Oh no, so you I know this one. So you like to rob ships and stuff?" And she goes, "No, a pirate. I fry prey." All right, nothing like a little Saturday morning racism to get the day started.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, half bat hybrid. What are we gonna do?
Was she on that plane? Something wrong? We too low?
Bang ding out. She was singing Nirvana. I'm on a plane. Let's see. Batman managed to reverse the effects, but Langstrom would return as Man Bat time and time again. Albeit not necessarily a villain, as Langstrom would sometimes retain enough of his sanity to use his powers for good. Yeah, there was a point in time He actually got his own comic line, and he was kind of like a hero for hire. He would just capture criminals. I love how we're running with the Asian joke in the chat. This is great. How is it racist? She has a prestigious job. Well, we know it's going to be short-lived because Asian people can't drive.
And you're going to let them in planes? I mean, come on.
Road, yeah. Fool me once. Pearl Harbor? No. Just kidding. Friend of the channel, Asians. I like the whole lot of you. Let's see. Yeah, so he ends up being like a hero for hire. The weird thing about Man-Bat is like he oddly reflects like chemical addiction. Like he just can't stop being Man-Bat. Like he has every reason not to turn into this giant bat monster, but he just loves it. And then it starts to affect his marriage. And then he gets her addicted to the serum. So like now you just have like these anamorphic like crackheads flying around.
Where I live, I see a lot of them. They're called meth heads.
Yeah. But instead of their teeth falling out, they grow wings.
They grow wings
and sharper teeth. Let's see. He's not necessarily his villain. He would sometimes retain his sanity enough to use his powers for good. Several other characters have since appeared as similar Man-Bat creatures, including Langstrom's wife Francine, his father Abraham Langstrom, and some of the League of the Assassins. Yeah, that was crazy when they got the Man-Bat serum. The operatives to make up the Man-Bat Commandos. Since his debut was at the end of the Silver Age of comics, the Man-Bat has been featured in various media adaptations, including television series, video games. Yes, he was very unsettling looking in the Arkham universe. They went for straight fear factor there, and as they should, because something that we all forget. Like you said, created by Frank Robbins, Neil Adams, Julie Schwartz. Doesn't get much better than that. Yeah. So it was like Man-Bat was the star of his own series from 1975 to 1976, which proved to be unpopular. It was canceled after 2 issues.
Yeah. You can only do so much over a meth addict. I mean,
well, so it would never. He would kind of like be this hero for hire, and then he would just take the money, not for his betterment or better lifestyle, it's just like to make a better bat serum. So it was just like, oh, okay. That works for like 2 issues, It was like, all right, well, I'm even better giant bat now. But let's get into the character biography. Let's hold on. Powers and abilities: genius level intellect, proficient biochemist and zoologist, superhuman strength, durability, flight, echolocation, razor sharp claws and talons. That is a dope cover, if I've ever seen one. Man-Bat, Texas cover by Mike Huddleston. So Kirk Landstrom was a zoologist who specializes in whatever. I'm guessing it's the study of bats. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Yes.
Winged mammals.
Yes.
The study of winged mammals.
Thank you. Develops an extract intended to give humans a bat's acute sonar sense and test the formula on himself. The extract works, but it transforms him into a monstrous human bat hybrid creature, which before like he goes completely nuts, he looks like a far more like timid man bat than the one that we see. Like his eyes are like way too big. I think he still has his glasses on, and like it's not a great look. Like let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, well, wonder if it's nearsighted or farsighted, being that he's a man bat with bad sight. Is it what is it?
Well, no, it's because his eyes are just sensitive to light. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Like oh, really got to take it to. He's a little bit yeah, he sees himself in the mirror. He's like, I'm a man bat. It's like a little bit less threatening here. Megacon. So he's just kind of I don't know. It's just not what you would expect. But I mean, eventually he gets a glow up, and his design is pretty solid after that like subsequent appearance right there. And he even like meets with Batman, and he's just basically like, hey, like, I am kind of a giant bat, so like if you fuck around, you're gonna find out. And Batman was he didn't want the smoke. He was like, wow, man, this guy's got a better bat disguise than I do. And then like he kind of looks at Batman and goes like, disguise? And then Batman's like, well, no. We can't be having like actual man bat hybrids like flying around. Like I'm pretty sure that's how their first interaction goes. So the side effects makes him so distraught that he temporarily affects his sanity. He goes on a mad rampage. Batman finds a way to reverse the effects. Later, Langstrom takes the concoction again, and Mad Bat returns. He even coaxes his wife. He said, baby first hits free. Francine Langstrom, also known as She-Bat, into drinking the serum. And she goes through the same transformation, becoming the She-Bat. Together, they terrorize Gotham City until Batman once again restores them back to normal. And then I'm pretty sure, like, I don't like how they do it in the animated series for She-Bat, because they make it more like accidental, like the serum falls on the ground and she's like cleaning the glass, but she's like sticking her hand
kind of almost like the not intending to make now granted going Marvel here, She-Hulk.
Yes,
And I'm not talking about the shitty fucking TV show that they attempted. I'm talking about the actual comic book character.
Yes, well, that was a much better thing. It was like they were, she was shot and he had no choice but to give her a blood transfusion. It was like this. It was like, oh, an alien popped out and I flipped my car for no reason. Zalosi, good to see you. Also, Stephen Ransom, when you pop in, you so and so. Dr. Giggles and Mr. Manbat. Yes, hail the archivist and his panel of lore lords. Yeah, we were supposed to have someone else on the panel today, but he's sleepy.
Clearly, he didn't set his alarm.
Yeah, was he on the pub last night?
I don't know if he was or not. I have been working on projects, so I haven't been so much the YouTube watching aspect lately. So I don't know if he was on.
Yes, there is always confusion. Sauron is the Lord of the Rings character, but yes, there is an X-Men character named Sauron. He's the pterodactyl man from Antarctica for some reason or another, who started out like a regular man, but then he turned into a pterodactyl man and got psychic powers. because comics. Sebrew, good to see you. Met Sebrew at MegaCon. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. We had a good time. Yeah, he helped me when I like screwed my back up on the Harry Potter ride. That was fucking fun. That was great. That's a story for a different time. If I didn't feel old before, it was like, oh, this theme park ride, and I was like, my back. I have to go back. I have to go to the hotel room. And everyone's like, where are you going? I was like, I have to go.
I've met my limit. It was the first ride, yes, but it should not have been the first ride.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this part where you're like in Hagrid's, hey, it's bat sauce. Bat sauce. Yeah, bat sauce. If you want the link, you can just DM me. You can hop in. But yeah, so you know, he gets his wife addicted to the bat serum as well. Together they terrorize Gotham City, and then Batman like restores them to normal. Also, Man-Bat, Arza is a mangina. Friend of the channel, Arza. No, that's not what happened. No. I was gonna save that. And you know, who knows? He might even pop on today, but I think we'll have a special introduction for when he comes on. But yeah, I can just spill the news. Hey guys, Chuck Dixon's gonna come on and talk about Bane. And then it sounds like Yellow Flash is gonna come on at some point as well. My buddy Marlon's gonna come on. He's the editor-in-chief of That Park Place, so he's got some great insights on what's gonna be going on, you know, in comics and movies. So we got some wonderful things happening with the channel, and you know what? It's because I went to like a meetup, and then you meet like other people and they help you out. So yes, Sebrew being one of them. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So I will definitely keep you guys informed. Yeah, Marvin is the shit. I agree.
Yeah, because all of you assholes decided almost within a time frame that I couldn't attend because everyone's like, oh, we're going to go to MegaCon. Oh, we've decided we're going to MegaCon. Iron's like, oh, yeah, I am going to MegaCon now. And I'm like, fuckers, I need more time than that to actually do this.
To be fair, I said it months before as soon as I found out.
You did, but the additional people that decided at the last minute going, fuck.
You can, and you know what? I got sick for it, but totally worth it. But yeah, as soon as I found out that the Vegas meetup was going to be in August, I was like, I'm not going to Las Vegas in August. That's but let's see. Let's keep that's the pattern though. He goes full crackhead, turns into a man-bat. Batman changes him back to man and says, don't do that anymore. And he does it anyway. So on some occasions, Langstrom takes the serum and retains his sanity as a force for good. During one of these periods, he works with Detective Jason Bard. I'm not familiar with Jason Bard. Okay. I mean, he's been around since '69.
Gotham Police Department, United States Marine. So he's just a supporting character.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what are you going to do?
Shout out to supporting characters.
This is the only picture they could find for the poor bastard, though. Sorry. All right. We're getting off topic. On another occasion in Action Comics 600, Jimmy Olsen inadvertently put Superman into a cave occupied by the Man-Bat to protect him from kryptonite radiation. The Man-Bat calms the maddened Superman and then summons Hawkman, who helps Superman overcome the radiation. Kirk and Francine have a daughter, Rebecca or Becky, and a son, Aaron. Because of the effects of the serum has on Aaron's DNA, he's born with a deadly illness, COVID. He's born with COVID-19.
You want to know what? To be perfectly honest, they foresaw this long ago.
Yes. It was like, oh well, you know what? It's not a shock. Like, don't bats like have like no immune system? That's why, like, if you get bit by one, that's why you got to get a shot for like everything. Is because they can just fly around with a bunch of viruses in their blood. It just doesn't affect them. But yes, he's born with COVID-19. Francine turns him into a young man bat to save his life. This occurs in issue 3 of Man-Bat, a miniseries by Chuck Dixon. So, you know, he's got the link if he wants to hop in. He's more than welcome to. He's now, you know, he was really cool. He was a really cool guy. But Man-Bat is slighted in Alexander Luthor's Secret Society of Supervillains in Infinite Crisis. And you know what else gets slighted is the Joker. And you never slight the Joker. So that's... Oh, he's cited. He's cited, not slighted. Because the Joker gets slighted, and the Joker melts Alexander Luthor Jr.'s face at the end. And then the real Lex Luthor is just like laughing, like, hey, you got to be nicer to the Joker, kid. First time in Gotham.
You're new here, aren't you?
Yeah. In the aftermath of the storyline, both Kirk and Francine are shown to be alive. In 2006, 1 year later storyline, Batman binds and gags Francine and then threatens to poison her if Kirk does not give her the Man-Bat serum. After Langstrom gives her the formula, she releases Francine as promised. Talia utilizes the Man-Bat to turn generic members of the League of Assassins into the Man-Bat Commandos. And I'm sure, let's just click. Hopefully, they don't have a picture. Okay,
New
they're
52.
I know,
New
but
52.
I will say the Man-Bat Commandos are sweet, though. Okay, they are armored Man-Bats that are flying around with like swords and shit, and guns and what else have you. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
I'm just reading some of the chats. Ah, yes. The viruses are the immune systems. We went along the way. Yes. Growing friends. Gotham Underground. The Man-Bat is apprehended by the Suicide Squad. And he is one of the villains seen in Salvation Run. Francine appears in Batman and the Outsiders, serving as the team's technical advisor. Also, great rack on Francine. You don't really get to say that about a lot of Francines. Not a lot of Francines running around these days looking like that.
Honestly, I've never actually met a Francine.
Yeah, it's because we were born before 1947. Not a lot of Francine. I'm just gonna get a ton of fucking Francine hate mail now. Just I can take it. So
those are the ones that are like, what's wrong with my rack and getting rack shots from Francine's?
Yeah. See, hey, Sammy, I did Tuesday. I had 5 Jack Honey shots, 5 more Jack and Cokes. I let a bar bite me. Nice. Hey, you let a bat bite you? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't. Yeah, if that's true, you need to go to the hospital.
Minimal chance rabies.
Yeah, minimal chance rabies, but I wouldn't be taking that chance.
Or he's going to be the source of COVID-26.
Yeah, that's what I was curious too. He's like, bars are notorious for their teeth. I was like, yeah, what, are you trying to say that you passed out and you hit your head on the bar, or are you? But no, you let a bat bite you. That's like the one thing that you don't want a bat to do.
Well, that's what you say. I mean, come on. He was trying to go for superpowers. He was drunk off his ass, and he thought, hey, if a bat bites me, there's this probability of maybe me becoming Man-Bat.
No, I could see Blue like, fuck, I'll be a vampire. I've surrendered my soul to you. Let's see.
That's why I'm constantly dosing myself with radiation in the hopes that the mutation I get is some kind of superpower. Don't you do that?
I kept getting these weird lumps. Let's see. In Gotham Underground, man. Okay, he's apprehended by the Suicide Squad. Jugs over there is serving as the team's technical advisor, with her assistant Salah Miad Naddad. She operates a blank OMAC drone known as REMAC. Yeah, the OMAC drones were okay, but based on the character's same name, Jack Kirby creation, and then they did some wild shit with that. I'm sure we'll get into that eventually, because we have to get into like Brother Eye and all that stuff. Bro, it does. Hold on. Yeah.
Wow. That's very confusing boner I'm getting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you got a confused direction. I don't know what the. All right. In the 2008 miniseries Final Crisis, the Man-Bat is turned into a justifier and is shown attacking Switzerland's Checkmate headquarters during the 2009 Battle for the Cowl storyline. Following Batman's apparent death, Kirk is haunted by nightmares of becoming Man-Bat and killing his wife. When Francine disappears, he takes the serum and tries to follow her. If you're worried that you're going to kill her as Man-Bat, maybe don't take the serum anymore. What do I know? I'm not a anthropomorphic crackhead. So, you know, he's worried about killing her. She disappears. He takes the serum. After an altercation with the outsiders, he returns to his human form and is captured by Dr. Phosphorus, who, another character, sweet design, been around forever. Just a glowing skeleton for the most part, or just sometimes just like glowing ball of light. But who reviews that the serum is not necessary to trigger the change. Kirk discovers that Phosphorus has also captured Francine and becomes the Man-Bat to save her. During the Blackest Night storyline, Francis tracks down Kirk as Man-Bat, having created a cure, and it's revealed that Kirk's next transformation would be a permanent one if he did not drink it. So Kirk attempts to take the cure, but the Man-Bat persona will not let him. Just as Kirk is about to drink it, Francine is wounded in the crossfire when Black Lantern, Solomon Grundy, and Bizarro, the latter who is already at the scene trying to prevent Kirk from taking the cure, which I just bought the Blackest Night 10-year anniversary omnibus, so it has all the tie-ins. So I'll have to check that out later today, because I don't remember that in the actual storyline. What do you got for me? Oh, thanks, bud. so we can always remember. But yeah, asshole. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. So distraught at Francine's injuries, Kirk transforms into Man-Bat, seeming permanently in Batgirl, Volume 3, issues 10 and 11. The Man-Bat is seen under the control over the Calculator as a techno zombie. I'm not familiar with the Calculator, which that I immediately have to click it. He's been around since 76.
Yeah, 76. So
okay, so he was introduced as an enemy of the Atom, but who was later, he's like a master information broker, hacker. Okay, so kind of like what the Riddler has kind of become.
Yeah, but how can you be? I mean, that's wow. This is pretty niche for if he was created back in the late 70s to be a hacker.
No, it said he was later redeveloped in the 2000s.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I see that.
Which
I'm a 1970s hacker.
Yeah.
I'm dialing up with my Amstrad.
You'll never charge me for these free long distance calls I'm making. These
Do you want to play a game?
And then it's Pong. It's just Pong. It makes sense that he would be a foil to Oracle if he's a hacker type. Which I guess is cool. Like, I guess hack the planet, baby. Also, Hannibal Grimm, thanks for coming in. But Noah Cutler. All right, so what was his let's see. As is a commonplace in comics, the character was based on a topical event or trend. Noah Cutler took his powers and costume design from a popular pocket calculator. His costume had large numerical keypad on the front and an LED display on the headpiece.
Fear me.
Yeah. Turn me upside down. Does it look like it says boobs?
Boobs.
All right. Okay, I'm curious. Calculator. DC. Oh shit.
That bad?
I would definitely say that even though he kind of looks like Elton John here, that's more of a glow up. So, okay, information broker, wasn't sure. So he turns him into a techno zombie in the Collision storyline of Red Robin, following Red Robin's actions against Ra's al Ghul. There he is. And the League of Assassins. Latter attempts to murder people related to the Bat family. The Man-Bat, following Red Robin's orders, protects Julie Madison, a former lover of Bruce Wayne. Oh, Julie. One of the underrated hot redheads in comic books, but definitely not the best.
Redheads. All I have in my head is Coleman's mom has got it going on.
Oh yeah, saw that picture too, did you? A nice sister too. Yeah, he was so drunk, or even about his jeans in the hotel room. It was like, we get it, like skinny and tall. That's nice. How great for you. God, I'm sure I'm gonna need a drink for this, but the New 52 in 2011. A reboot of
After
DC
ingesting
Comics.
some internet gas, he becomes the
Yes,
Man-Bat.
after getting some serious bat gas that his grandpa developed in a cave, and then it was brought to the basement. That's I always think of the what was it, the New Warriors or what, because like
I can't.
three of them
remember
got
what the actual thing-
their powers from their grandparents. It was just something that they found in their grandparents' basement. But yeah, internet gas was by far the best.
My favorite is Safe Space.
Yeah.
Too bad that
Snowflake.
never released. The hilarious to actually see what they were going to do with it.
It was going to be terrible.
It was. Mr. Kibble's death.
We Asians just taking a walloping today in the chat. No, it wouldn't be too on the nose. Although if your parents found the calculator under their bed, they would be very disappointed.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Asian community wouldn't need the calculator, so he wouldn't be the calculator with that kind of stuff on him.
Oh, this is interesting.
mental.
If I remember, Calculator acted as your contact and guide in the Legion of Doom in the DC Universe Online.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, being that he was an information broker, I could see that.
Okay, so the Man-Bat serum first appears.
Hello, what information do you need?
I can take order, please. Ignatius Oglivy also comes in possession of the Man-Bat serum, which he uses as an airborne virus to spread throughout Gotham City's 900th block. So great. Also, that's not how like genetic serums work, I would assume. Like I would assume that it would work for Kurt Langstrom's DNA. And like it wouldn't just be like a catch-all, right? It wouldn't.
Oh, look at you being an expert on genealogy. No, that's the study of family trees. Oh, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I feel like there were in
Genetic
order to
expert Sammy Threepeat is now going to tell us how the serum is keyed, or really mainly to one person. So how could it be a airborne virus affecting the 900 block of Gotham City? Go ahead, Mr. Sammy.
Yeah, thank you. As you know, of my many studies on the subject. No, I'm just saying, like, so Scarecrow's like fear gas being released makes sense.
Mr. Killer Mike.
Yes. Mike knows.
Whoa,
so okay.
hey, whoa.
Scary bad bat. Let's see. Kirk Langstrom and his wife Francine are escorted by Batwoman to Batman's location. Langstrom reveals that he is the creator of the serum, intending to help deaf people. Which, I mean, that was the initial thing, but even in this, it's kind of written stupidly. Taking responsibility as the creator of the serum, he uses a sample of the serum that Batman had obtained to inject himself. This creates an antivirus, which also spreads throughout the air. Again, I'm no zoologist. I'm pretty sure that bats have like no immune system to speak of. So like I don't know how it would create an antivirus. They're just genetically predisposed to just being okay with having viruses in their bloodstream. Again, please, blue collar loser, go see a doctor.
I just noticed that. Never mind. Who the image is from? EVS.
You know what? You can say what you like about the guy, but the dude
it's
could
a
draw.
good image.
Yeah. No, it's just a shame that it's you know,
Mr.
just a shame.
Psychopath himself.
Yeah, it's just really sad that he's
The cult of him, his cult that he wanted to create, just did not just come together.
well, and yeah, they are like some of the biggest retards on. Like, I don't even have that much of a problem with him as the people who just blindly follow everything he says.
Yeah.
But moving on. Yeah,
Yep.
even
Moving on.
hold on.
Emperor
I
penguins.
have. Oh yeah, when was this picture taken? This is a 20-year-old photo.
At least.
With all that, and you know, you were cool
1992.
Let's see. So he injects himself. This creates an antivirus, which, like I said, none of this makes any sense. Not that like the man bat stuff originally was like totally scientifically sound, but I'm saying like we're starting to get in some pretty weird territory here. It creates an antivirus that spreads throughout the air. Langstrom is turned into Man Bat, the last remaining Man Bat, and his antivirus cures the remaining citizens of Gotham. It is later revealed that Emperor Penguin had released the virus. Emperor Penguin is just okay, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he went by. I remember that Emperor Penguin was a different character, but you really shouldn't. I think Penguin's spoken for. You can find a different bird. But yeah, Emperor Penguin uses Langstrom's Man-Bat serum, combining it with the Venom drug, which they always seem to do with the Venom drug. It was like, it's something that augments your strength. It doesn't augment the strength of something else. So if you take it, you'll become stronger and powerful, but it's also like highly addictive. So I guess you would just be a stronger Man Bat, and one of the poisons from Poison Ivy's plant concoction to like empower himself. So science. Langstrom reappears in Batman Incorporated, which if you've been watching the show, you realize that I hate Batman Incorporated, but we wouldn't
What
have
did
got
we get from it?
For what's right. For love. My paws are a cry for justice. My dick veins are a cry of passion. I am El Gaucho.
Hey, you want to know what? If it wasn't for Batman Incorporated, we would never have gotten El Gaucho.
Yeah, that's true. And the world would be a sadder place.
Crime fighting, women loving, equestrian.
Yes. I love that his power is horseback riding.
Yep.
That is just so Langstrom reappears in Batman Incorporated. He claims to be working on an aerosol antidote to the serum as well. The backup feature of Detective Comics 21 August 2013 focuses on Langstrom and his wife. He changes from a man bat form to his human form and becomes addicted to the man bat serum, taking it every night. He apparently does not remember his actions of the previous night, yet he worries about a string of reported killings are his fault.
It's almost playing it like it's a werewolf situation.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there's
knows he turns into this, but never remembers doing it. Doesn't remember what he's doing when he's in that form. Yeah, I think they're really kind of going really more in this concept, playing him more like a werewolf.
Yeah, I mean, and there's also it strips him of there's a sympathetic aspect to the character where he holds on as long as he can, and then
actually you want to know what? That's even wrong. It's more Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Well, no, Jekyll and Hyde. A lot of people don't understand this. Is he always had that in him? It just made it easier for it to come out. This is more, like I said, just flat out saying he's addicted to it. We inferred that from the previous iteration. It's just the New 52 had to dumb down everything. So, so the thing about Langstrom that was sympathetic was he realized that this was bad for him. There were physical effects. Sometimes he hurt people. Sometimes, he did something that he wouldn't normally do. So he tries to avoid it. And then eventually he needs that release, and he has a breakdown, right? Or there were parts where he was doing it as like a hero for hire, but like you knew that he was still like damaging himself. You very much got the idea of it's like when an artist says like, oh, I can't do this without the drugs. You got that, but you also knew that like it was killing him. This is just, he's basically like werewolf. He is addicted to it. Because he's addicted to it, he doesn't, he's upset that something might be going on at night, but he doesn't really care. This, he would hold on as long as he could, and then he would have a lapse in judgment. And then you're like, oh no, Kirk did it again. Like this is just like, well, I do it every night. Like, it takes some of the sympathy out of the character where, he's actively trying to stay clean. This one who's just like, nah, I'm bad junkie. I'm fine with that. So let's see. During the Forever Evil storyline, the Man-Bat is among the villains recruited by the Crime Syndicate of America to join the Justice League. If you guys don't know who the Crime Syndicate is, they're an alternate universe version of the Justice League. Earth 3, where you have Ultraman, Owlman, Power Ring, Superwoman, and Johnny Quick. And it's they're just the evil Justice League. Sometimes they're written really well, and sometimes they're not. Owlman's usually pretty cool though. Scarecrow and Man-Bat attempt to steal the frozen talons, which are assassins from the Court of Owls. We'll get to the Court of Owls eventually. From Blackgate, they're basically like undead soldiers. Blackgate, while the Penguin is having a meeting with Bane arrives at Blackgate as the Man-Bat and his fellow Man-Bats are attempting. See, that's another thing too. There shouldn't be a bunch of Man-Bats. We only need one Man-Bat.
Unless they're the League of Assassins Man-Bats.
The Bat Commandos thing that was fine for like an issue, right? So but he also shouldn't have like a swath of other Man-Bats just flying around as his support Man-Bats. One, they would basically have all the power set that he does. So what makes him special? And two, what makes him special if there's like 20 of them? He should just be the Man-Bat. But either way, they're supposed to transport the talents of Mr. Freeze. God, I love that outfit. In the final issues of the series, Batman the Dark Knight would establish that Kirk is the son of a corrupt, wealthy pharmaceutical businessman known as Abraham Langstrom, because, of course, they always have to now have something like this, where it's not his fault. He was corrupted by his father, who happens to run a pharmaceutical company, which, don't get me wrong, pharmaceutical companies are corrupt. Hey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Dude. Yeah, my alarm. I had it set for PM instead of AM. So
Yeah, I do
shit.
that all the time. We
Man.
also got that you might have been on the pub. So
Oh no, dude! I even tried. Well, I tried to go to bed early, but then Resident Evil happened. So
that's fine.
Iron, you're a little loud.
I just bought the
hold on, buddy.
and I was playing that. Let's see. So, yeah. So it's not him, and he doesn't have this problem. He had a corrupt, wealthy pharmaceutical businessman father who considers his son a failure compared to Bruce Wayne, the son of his business rival Thomas Wayne. Abraham would steal his son's serum and make his own improvements to target the homeless because no one would miss them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Before being stopped by Batman, though he is pled temporary insanity to avoid going to prison, which is also like a fallacy because you still go to a mental hospital, and the mental hospital in Gotham is Arkham. So
great place.
Not where you want to go. In Doomsday Clock, Man-Bat is featured as an example of the Superman theory, stating that metahumans were given their powers by the government. He later accompanies Black Adam in his attack on the White House. In Harley Quinn Rebirth, Langstrom's wife goes on a rampage against Harley and her friends, turning Harley and her friend Tony into Man-Bats as part of one of Penguin's plans to break Harley's spirit. Okay. There are other friends that get Langstrom released, and he helps them find an antidote before escaping himself. Man-Bat later becomes a founding member of the second incarnation of Justice League Dark, which, I mean, that works. But
yeah, that makes sense when Doomsday Clock came out and was a run.
Yeah,
Yeah, because one certain administration was in. It's from 2017 to 2019.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. Either way, an airborne...
Again to the airborne.
It doesn't make sense. Okay? An airborne mutagen just doesn't work. Carcinogen, sure, but even then, you're not going to get the instantaneous cell growth. That needs to be a radiated serum that's constantly going through the bloodstream. I digress. Powers and ability. As Kirk Langstrom, he is a highly intelligent scientist in the fields of biochemistry and zoology, particularly the one about bats that I can't.
No, the study of winged mammals.
Yes, the study of winged mammals. Thank you. By taking his bat gland extract. Like I said,
so now it comes from the gland.
Okay,
yeah, no, it always came from the glands, and I've never understood this. I don't know how a bat's glands are going to help its hearing. It's design of its coccular earway and things like that, and like the position of the ears, and that's really going to be the why you can hear as well. I don't think its glands will do anything, but we're getting too far into the science on this. But either way, it doesn't work. Well, it does work, but it doesn't work for the reasons that he would have thought. What did you say? Something? All right. I'll never forget watching the Batman episode where the Penguin could control the Man-Bat. That was fun. Yes. Yeah, no, I would say the cameo in the video game was a hell of a lot of fun, and the design is very unsettling, which we will get to. Yeah, so he's a giant bat. He's got speed, the ability, resilience. Like a bat does.
Killer Mike has something for you there.
Doctor. Thank
Oh,
you.
no.
Thank you. Hey, and also good to see Gooch, my buddy, just dropping in saying hello. Always good to see you. Yeah, so so the science isn't really there, but it's fun. The big thing that you want to take away from the character, especially, we're getting right into the Bronze Age. He's technically a late Silver Age character, but it's just really is 1970s. I would, it's safe to put it in the very beginning of the Bronze Age. This is when the big two are finally starting to be okay with telling like the comic book code of authorities to like fuck off. And this is when they're like, oh well, you can't have werewolves. And it was like, well, not only are we gonna have a werewolf, we're gonna have a werebat, and there ain't shit that you can do about it, because the comics book code of authorities is stupid. And yeah, so we have other characters named Man-Bat, but this they call Francine Langstrom Man-Bat. That's not Man-Bat. That's She-Bat. Okay, different person. And also, she had great boobs. Let's see if we can go. Yeah, look at those puppies, and let's see if we can match it up perfectly again. Look at that. Yeah. That do anything for you, Iron?
Absolutely.
Yep.
You lying if you're lying if you say it does.
He was hiding them from you during MegaCon. Just
I don't know. I was wearing a binder.
Right.
Okay, so they do talk about the Man-Bat Commandos briefly. So as mentioned above, Talia al Ghul captured Kurt Langstrom and threatened to poison Francine if he did not give up the Man-Bat serum. So she basically makes like an army of commandos that are fucking Man-Bats. And normally I think Man-Bat should just be Man-Bat, and if you're gonna go any further, there's She-Bat, because of the whole dynamic that the husband and the wife, they have this addiction. They can't help themselves. They want to turn into bats because there's like an animal release. They're both in the home lab in the backyard making their bat crack.
Goddamn furries.
Yeah, exactly. But with this, it was okay because it was like, shut up, Mike. But then there's Abraham Langstrom, who is a New 52 edition, who, of course, they always had to tie shit back to the Waynes. The New 52, what they did to Batman is a lot of it was like dumb. Like, just to say like everything that you know about Batman happened in the first 5 years. And we're like, okay, so he becomes Batman. He gets like Dick Grayson in year 2, and I guess Jason Todd. Oh no. I mentioned Jason. Oh.
Dead puppies. Dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun.
Forever in our
orphanage.
hearts.
Hey, back to the orphanage for another Robin.
Yep. Oh, I mean, we do need to go back and cover pre-crisis Jason Todd, because there was a lot more going on there now that we've established the character. But he was by far he got the longest out of all of them, the longest episode. But yeah, I don't like, so it has to be tied to Thomas and Martha Wayne, and like I said, he runs a biopharmaceutical company, and it's competing with Wayne Enterprises, which I know the Waynes kind of had their figures and everything, and this even goes back to kind of show that there's a little bit of corruption in the Waynes. I'm not sure if this is the continuity where Martha is kind of related to the Arkhams.
Which
But-
I hate that whole thing.
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
don't like that either. Yeah, so Martha Kane maiden name get into so which but that's how you get like Cassandra Kane and everything, but so it definitely isn't in the mainstream universe. I think they did try to do it in the New 52, but it's been so long since I've read anything in the New 52 because I hated the New 52. But so basically he's like, my son is a failure. He's not even good at being a man bat. I will make a better upgraded serum. And then he became a man bat, and then he targeted homeless people, draining them of their blood because like he said himself, who's gonna miss him? So he's just this, corrupt business owner. We get it. Capitalism bad. Sammy's chat stinks like gooch. Well, let me tell you, in person, good smelling guy. Let's see. Because of the skin of Abraham's man bat form was so tough, Batman injected himself with the cure and tricked Abraham to drinking his blood to get him back to normal. You all right there, Iron?
Yeah.
Can you hear? You're
You get a lot
Vader-ing
of background noise.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
Vader-ing on,
Okay.
Vader-ing on me.
All right. Let me see what I can do about that.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just hold your breath. Yeah. Problem solved. Yeah, when it was like that Mitch Hedberg joke, you can talk, just use your hands. And then Robert March, not familiar with Robert March, but Robert March is the father of Francine Landstrom, who assisted his estranged daughter in curing Kirk Langstrom. Okay. So this is Infinite Frontier. This is relatively new. This is why I'm not. He Langstrom of the Bat Serum, which involved him in the kidnapping the victims of the Joker, as seen during the Infinite Frontier. He is rendered insane, coming into contact with the Bat Serum and the Joker venom. Okay, now see, I was saying I think it's always dumb that if there's a serum, they always combine it with venom to make it like, oh well, this is like a super version of that. I don't mind Joker venom, because Joker venom is just going to make whatever that is fucking crazy. It's a deranged, larger version of Man-Bat. March's Man-Bat form is, fought Batman and the Outsiders until Metamorpho perfected the Man-Bat serum cure and sprayed it through the structure enough to cure March. He was arrested and afterwards kidnapped people. Yes, see, Bruce said it best. He loves the smell of Gooch in the morning. So other versions, there's Gotham by Gaslight, which obviously Earth 19. So there's an alternate version there. There's an alternate version in Flashpoint. He's an ally of Sam Lane, which is, I believe, Lois Lane's dad. Yes. Being killed by Miranda Shreve, the granddaughter of Matthew Shreve, whose family Lane had killed. JLA the Nail. Okay. He's a prisoner of Cadmus Labs. Cadmus Labs is famous for like making Superboy and stuff like that. Kind of, I can't remember if it's government or if it's private or if it's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both.
All right. So now we're getting into the good stuff.
Here we go.
The other versions, obviously, I think this is the version that most people my age are first familiar with. This is the original design for the animated series. And I believe it's the first
episode of the show.
Yeah, first episode on Leather Wings.
Yeah.
Oh
man, so good.
Oh yeah. The transformation scene is awesome. Like for
the way it's animated, the music that they choose to put into it. Oh man.
Joker Venom just sounds like tequila. Yeah. He's like, I've mixed Jägermeister and tequila. And then, Batman's in the bathroom like, Joker, no. One morning I will smell Sammy. Okay. No. Blue's gonna come up from New York, and we're gonna have a night. We're gonna go out and go like karaoke and stuff. But I don't know how. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess if I'm driving, you could probably smell what I smell like. But so there might be something there. Either way, man, go get that bat bite checked out. Like I said, bats are not clean.
Extremely ravenous.
Yeah. Like I said, they're known for like having no immune system. And we already did the COVID-19 jokes and everything earlier, so we're covered. But back to this design.
Well, keep in mind though, the difference is at least they're not screwing the bats
that we know of.
Yeah, I was going to say what I do on my free time is my own goddamn business. Let's see. First appearing Batman the Animated Series. This version is a zoologist at the Gotham City Zoo who developed a formula that would allow humans to evolve by granting them bat-like traits, which originated from his father-in-law, Robert March. So that might have been a character that bled over from the animated series, because if I do recall, yeah, he's the little like grumpy asshole, and he's the one who accidentally gets Francine, turns her into She-Bat on this. And I might be wrong. It's not. I'm not.
No, that's 100% accurate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's like everybody. So yeah, he's the misdirect in the episode, right? He's the dick, and then like Kirk is like, kind of like this swag 1960s like cool doctor, and you're like, well, there's no way he's the man bat. And then you got this grumpy asshole like, you shouldn't be hanging around here, and bats are super fucking awesome. And then they're like, well, obviously that annoying little prick.
I like bats more than people. Well, it's you.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, fuck you, Bruce Wayne. But hold on. I gotta type that real quick. And so let's see. So yeah, he's on Leather Wings. He helps keep the identity hidden, and on Leather Wings, the Man-Bat commits a series of chemical thefts until he is defeated and cured by Batman. But see, that's kind of like part and parcels of the character. Is even, and that's where this great like addiction conversation comes in, is because what we were saying earlier, like there's a part where he kind of becomes, and even is today, kind of like this hero for hire now, but like anytime he would get money for capturing criminals, instead of like doing something to better his life, it was just like, well, I'm just gonna make my serum better so I can be a better Man-Bat. And it's just like, oh, like that's not something logical, like like, what about Francine? Get Francine a new purse, like. But instead, what does he do? He gets her addicted to the bat serum, because that's what fucking addicts do. Totally ruined that girl. And we saw the knockers on Francine. And she was a doctor. Okay.
I'm just picturing them held up in like a Motel 6, just like, you want to bat out? No, we gotta wait. We gotta wait till it's dark out.
Yeah, it's too bright. The sun will hurt her eyes. But baby, okay, we can bat out now, but we got to stay in the room till it's dark.
No flying.
They wake up the next day, they're like naked and like sprawled out in the hotel room. There's like talon claws everywhere. Like, we should have did that.
It's the last time, baby. Yeah. It's the last time.
We're gonna get help. She's like, I don't want to get help. And he's like, we were gonna die. Yeah. Let's see. So he commits a bunch of chemical thefts until he's defeated and cured by Batman. Later episodes, Langstrom helps Batman investigate Dr. Emil Dorian, who helped cure his wife Francine after she becomes She-Bat. After she was accidentally exposed to the serum created by Dr. March, which technically
That
is
little
her
shit.
dad. They don't really they don't really explain that as well, but and then he looks good in the Batman too. Like this is a pretty solid design. In Batman Beyond, there's splicers. He also comes back in the new Batman Adventures. I think they make him gray in the new Batman Adventures too. Because they, like I said, we always talk about the new Batman Adventures. That was just when they were just trying to okay, hi. In case you didn't know what a vampire bat looks like, there it is. In Batman Beyond episode Splicers, a trend dubbed splicing involved fusing bestial and human DNA. The new Batman ends up captured by the Splicers leader Abel Cuvier, Steve Coulier. He was captured by Steve Coulier, and he was like doing the Bullwinkle voice. Who's like, you're not gonna get out of this one, Batman.
Or constantly going, cut it out.
Yeah.
And
Oh, God.
it just ruins everything.
Like Alanis Moore is like crying in the background, like yo.
You ought to know. You ought to know.
So, side note, Dave Coulier,
He ruined that poor girl.
Dave Coulier had to call my office one time. He was building a house someplace in Michigan. I'm not gonna dox Dave Coulier, but there were so many times where I would just, like in the back of my head, I was just like, just be a professional, because I would just want to be like, did she go down on you in a theater, or like, yeah. But the most I ever got on was like, hey man, like, big fan, thanks. So he injected Dave Coulier and injected with vampire DNA, transforming him into a man bat before Bruce Wayne cures him. All right, so in the Batman, he's voiced by Peter McNichol, and while Batman's vocal effects are provided by special sound effects, in this version, he's an employee at Wayne Enterprises who conducted research on bats and appears to have albinism. Okay. Additionally,
why not?
Yeah, okay. Additionally, he can produce a sticky slime from his mouth while in his man bat form. Good to know. In the episode, the man who would be Bat, Langstrom created a serum as an attempt to gain a fearsome reputation akin to the Batman, despite Bruce Wayne cutting off his funding. Yeah, so that's another thing too. So they get it kind of more right in the animated series. God damn it.
Oh shit.
Don't you think? A little too ironic.
You know, I really do think. Whatever. Jagged Little Pill is actually a banger album. I don't care. I've waited long enough to say it. All right. Saw that acoustic performance on HBO. Do I understand all of it? No, because I'm not a prepubescent girl. But there's some feelings in there. She was getting it all out. And, you know, she went down on Dave Coulier. So, you know, yeah.
We have him to thank for this.
Uncle Joey. Yeah, but no, what I was getting at is in this iteration of Man Bat, there's more of like a power hungry thing that I don't like. So, you know, I like the idea that he's like addicted to it, not because like, oh, it feels well, oh, like it's like this euphoric thing. It's like, oh, I have this like repressed part of me that I didn't know was there until like I became a giant bat and started flying around. Like, it's addictive. It's like that the one part that I liked a lot about Ang Lee's The Hulk movie was in the preview. There's this part where Eric Bana's talking, and he's like, there's that part where like you completely lose control, and then like he looks in the mirror and his eyes get all green. He goes, I like it.
Yeah.
Like there's just something that's in his psyche that he didn't know existed until like he was able to, like I said, turn into a giant bat. But he's got a chip on his shoulder. Bruce Wayne cuts his funding, and so he's kind of more like almost like the Riddler in Batman Forever, where he's like, you were supposed to understand. I'll make you understand. Like, and it's like, oh, okay. But either way, the design's cool. So he creates the serum in an attempt to gain fearsome reputation akin to Batman, despite Bruce Wayne cutting off the funding. Following several fights with Batman, Langstrom is defeated and taken to Arkham Asylum. In the episode Pets, Langstrom turns back into Man-Bat due to remnants of the serum in his body. And he serves the Penguin until he's cured by Batman and returned to Arkham. As an episode Attack of the Terrible Trio. Terrible Trio, man, just keep coming up. They're really not that cool. We've talked about them before. They're just people who dress like animals, and the one that always surprises me is that's supposed to be a shark. And it's clearly not. But there's also been several iterations, but Sheldon Moldoff.
Oh man! Apparently, they didn't know what sharks looked like in the 40s. So.
Well, they had never seen one until one had attacked Batman's leg, which actually turned out to be a mechanical shark. But
looked as fake as Jaws.
They were the same actor, by the way.
Yeah.
It was his early work.
Yeah, when he was a much younger rubber shark.
Right.
Kirk Langstrom Man-Bat appears in Beware the Batman. I did not watch this one very much just because I hated the animation style.
Same.
And also like I like Katana. I didn't like that they made her the main sidekick when there's plenty of other ones. But surprisingly, characters like Professor Pig, who's a very, very dark character, which we haven't gotten into him yet. But yeah, Professor Pig is like a regular bad guy on that show. And if you can even tell by the animation, this is much more targeted, even more so than like what we had with the animated series and stuff like that, to a much younger audience. And Professor Pig is not, even though he's got a pig mask. No, I mean, he's just a psychopath, and he likes to cut people up and manipulate them. And yeah, what does it says? Morrison and Ted, Grant Morrison invention intended Pig to seem disconnected from reality, believing him to be one of the weirdest, most insane characters in Batman comics. And all things considered, who we have, I mean, we're talking about Man-Bat, and we haven't even gotten to the Joker yet, or it was like it's got to be pretty out there. So yeah, probably not a great one for kids to explore. The Man-Bat cameo was in the Gotham episode No Man's Land. I did not know that. He was played by an uncredited actor. Well, so does he just make it? So the Man-Bat makes an appearance, or Kirk Langstrom? So it would make more sense for like Kirk Langstrom to like, because there are iterations where like he's run into like Bruce Wayne as a kid, and he's talking to him about bats, and that like freaks Bruce out about bats more, which is another thing we didn't even discuss. So like, like this is the manifestation of like Bruce's greatest fear. Like Bruce does not like bats. Okay, like he took the mantle of a bat to conquer his fear. But like, if there's like a bat in his house, he's making Alfred get it. Okay, like like he doesn't particularly like them. So when you see like a 6'3", 400-pound bat flying around, Bruce is kind of like, well, I fucking hate this. I don't like.
It'd be great if you heard his internal dialogue while he's going after him, whooping his ass, and he's inside just going.
It's like when people always ask me, because like it's pretty common knowledge. Like I hate spiders, and people were like, "Do you ever see the movie Eight-Legged Freaks?" And was like, "Why would I watch a movie with giant spiders when I don't like spiders?" You know, did you ever see Arachnophobia? Yeah, I did, and I fucking hated it. Okay, I didn't want to sit on the toilet for like a good week because it was like, oh, they hide under toilet seats now. I didn't know that. Scooby-Doo, guess who? I'm sure it's fine. No one watched Harley Quinn. All right, so this is interesting in film. Yeah, the unproduced script of Batman Unchained, it was dropped for that of Scarecrow and Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was going to be the daughter of the Joker in this iteration. And he was due to be played by Mark Lindbaker, or Martin Short would have been
Oh, come on, Cousin Larry.
What the hell?
Stranger's cousin Larry? Come on. No, yeah, definitely.
I mean, and then there's that giant man bat scene in Batman Forever that that they cut, but I mean that's famous. I mean, I guess you can argue that he shows up in Batman v Superman in that one thing where like a giant bat just breaks out. We're not really aware of the size of the bat on that, but I'm sure Snyder will take credit for it.
It does not matter the size of the man bat. It's his vaporized virus.
Yes. Do go up a minute. There's one that I want to point out because if you haven't seen it, it's so good. Where is it? I just saw it.
Gods and
okay. Yes, Justice League God Monsters, fucking incredible. I love that little movie, man.
And yeah, he's a darker version of Batman. He's like a pseudo vampire,
voiced by Dexter, and yeah, he's evolved. The Bat Serum has gotten so evolved, they make him almost more like Morbius from the comics.
Yeah.
Than
Time.
Yeah, no, not that one. Not that one. It's a good one. And the way he's portrayed, man, it's just so good. If anybody hasn't seen it, Justice League Gods and Monsters, short little alternate takes on the characters. But man, yeah, he's actually Batman in that. But it makes sense. So just trust me, check it out.
Okay, I will say that "Hold Me, Kiss Me, Thrill Me" is probably one of U2's last good songs. But actually, every song, whether I like the artist or not, I will say that the Batman Forever soundtrack is a modern masterpiece. It is fantastic. It is
agreed.
It's completely well-rounded. There's so many good. The only one that I probably like more is The Crow, because that also had an amazing soundtrack. But it's close.
The Crow's up here, but Batman is just a little below.
It's The Crow is that's a magnificent soundtrack. But either way, those are my two favorite 90s soundtracks. Although the Batman Forever soundtrack or the Batman and Robin soundtrack isn't terrible, but it's not as good. But also that was the first time I heard Bone Thugs and Harmony. So as a young kid, I was like, wow, Bone Thugs and Harmony. And the Goo Goo Dolls. Goo Goo Dolls made an early appearance. So did The Offspring.
There's not a bad track.
No, who's ever doing that and understood their job at the time. First time I heard the Flaming Lips. Brandy has a really good song on there. This is good. Let's see. Okay, obviously he's gonna show up in the Lego universe, but let's get the other game. So he shows up in the Adventures of Batman and Robin. He does appear in Arkham Knight, and he is kick ass in Arkham Knight. Following an encounter with on Gotham City's Manjani Island during story mode, a side mission sees Batman investigating the Man-Bat. After catching up to it, Batman collects the blood sample and eventually learns of Langstrom. While investigating the lab, he learns that Langstrom's experiments with vampire bats to cure deafness and how his first attempt resulted in him turning into Man-Bat and accidentally killing his wife Francine. I don't like that he killed his wife, but I guess it kind of well rounds. It's also something you could just like not have her be in the game. Like you don't need. I hate when they make weird choices like that where it was like, well, we don't have time to put her in, so we'll just make her dead. And it was like, they did that in the Snyderverse where it was like, oh, we just killed Dick Grayson like off screen as well. Like it was like, well, that's dumb. And so you're planning to bring Dick Grayson back as Red Hood? What are you doing? Batman synthesizes the antidote. He goes to the police department. Either way, he pops up and he scares the shit out of you. And it's one of my favorite parts in the game. But they will find Francine. Okay, so he's left crying over Francine's fate. So yeah, it's cool. I really don't want to get too much more into it. If you haven't played the game, spoiler alert on 15-year-old Arkham Knight, but still really good. It holds up. There's too many Batmobile levels, but other than that, it's one of the better Arkham games. I still think people sleep on Origins, but and nothing will ever beat Asylum for just everybody. Considering the first preview that I ever saw for Arkham Asylum was when I bought The Dark Knight on DVD, and then you just saw that and you're like, okay, like I thought my Batman like love couldn't get any higher, and then obviously it turns out to be not only one of the better video games of that area, but just a genre defining game that we wouldn't have. Although I'll argue that like the PS5 Spider-Man game utilizes a lot of those mechanics better. We got them in Batman first, and and then those are kind of how Superman video games or how superhero video games should be played, and that's why they'll never figure out a good Superman one is because he's too OP. It's just not going to be fun. Although they could do the mechanic that they did for Superman Returns, where the city has the health bar and Superman is just fine, because that's the only way you can. It's the only way you can really do it. I did not realize that he shows up in an episode of Super Friends.
I had no idea about that one. I'd love to see that design.
Yeah. Okay, so he shows, so he shows up in the tie-in comics. In the DCAU tie-in comics, however, the Langstroms live peacefully, studying sonics and going on to have 2 children, which they do have 2 children. But they never really say if like their sons survive. We'll actually have to ask Chuck Dixon when he's on, because he was the person who invented that aspect of the character. So the Langstroms have a boy, but because they've been screwing with their DNA so much, like he's like malformed, and I guess the only way that they can help him is to turn him into a baby Man-Bat. I guess they're saying, however, Francine developed an aggressive form of Parkinson's disease, which and was given a shortened life expectancy. In the response, he attempted to perfect the Man-Bat serum.
Hashtag justice for Francine.
Yeah,
My God.
she's just getting shit on left and right.
What the hell?
But she died before she could do so. What is DCAU? Okay. Okay. This is a Batman Beyond tie-in comic. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Because I was going like, I don't recall any of this happening in the in the regular Batman properties. Furious Dan, good to see you, buddy. And guys, it's good to be back. We are going to be back in our regular time slide here. This is for the foreseeable future. This is where so CaveCast is back, and like I said, we have a bunch of great things on the way. Let's see. Man-Bat appears in Smallville. I don't remember that. After acquiring a yellow ring of Parallax and becoming a yellow
that I already could think is a wrong quoting. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, because it says season 11. There was no season 11. It was only
Wait
10
a minute.
seasons.
You're right.
Smallville
It
was only
might
10
be.
seasons.
They did the extended seasons through the comics. Maybe that's what they mean.
Yeah,
Maybe.
hold on. Let's see.
Let me see.
Okay,
Digital.
so the first digital
Comic.
issue
Okay,
of Smallville
okay.
season 11. Okay, so they did a poor job of clarifying that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Empower the Inmates, Nightwing, Batman. So like Nightwing already exists in the.
Yeah, those actually weren't terrible for TV show tie-in books. But yeah,
made
they
Barbara
went.
Gordon
They,
Nightwing?
I don't remember that. Maybe they did. They did some wacky stuff in there, but
Yeah, I mean,
they leaned into the
never-
comics a lot.
I never used to have problems with that. Where it was like, hey, like people always get mad. I was like, hey, Smallville, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's essentially the same show. Okay, like in the first couple seasons at least, it was like weird shit happens. The superpowered character goes and figures it out. Man-Bat appears in all new Batman, Brave and the Bold. The Beware the Batman type. Tim Kwan. All right. You finally got it. You fucking racist. We got the Asian Man-Bat. I'm guessing. He turns into a Man-Bat. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, we can talk about the designs. I think we would talk about like how I don't like Killer Croc as looking just like a dinosaur. Like the over-evolved with Man-Bat. Fuck it, go for broke. Like
Yeah, you said it great. He's essentially a vampire, but a bat. So a werewolf, but a bat. So just lean into it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of good ones. I mean, maybe not as good as the Calculator. Who we saw earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That costume design isn't terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, but
no, it gets even better. His headband is an LCD screen.
Yes.
All it was the popularity of digital calculators at the time. But let's see. We can Man-Bat designs. There we go. There's a Man-Bat gallery. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, this is just for that, but they have that picture where he's transforming.
Oh, that's so good.
Kind of looks like different aspects of like how they did Dracula in Van Helsing, or even parts in when Coppola did Dracula. Relax. There's is that Popper?
Yeah, he's having a fit down here.
Oh, Bubbins. We're almost done, pal. Let's see. Are we, oh, that's why it sucks. I have to go to Google. Brave is great, but its image search is terrible. Fictional character.
Yeah,
Images. There we go.
You typed in Man Bat, and it's like, did you mean Batman?
Yeah, I know. But I mean, oh, I mean, we had that. See, a little too. I mean, it's fine. A little too. We're back at the Wikipedia, but that's fine. A little too gangly. I like them bigger. That's even better. That's more like a werewolf thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then, then we have Ethan Van Sciver's version right here. That is pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
I was gonna say I give credit where credit's due.
Yep, which we did.
I like this a lot. Why are you not sharing? 10 things you didn't know about Man Bat. I mean, just big old bat, man. That's good. Well, let's see. What are 10 things we didn't know? Also, 10 things you didn't know about Etrigan. Oh, we should cover Etrigan eventually.
Oh, I'd love to. Great character.
Although I'm pretty sure he doesn't show up as a Batman villain originally. I think he's just his own thing, and he just kind of bleeds in, which is fine. I mean, we'll have to get to that eventually. See, that still a little, like the face is great, but I want a little bit more hulking aspects. Okay, originally a zoologist. We knew this. A family of bats. Another aspect of Kirk Langstrom's story that will surprise you is his family. Yeah, okay. So no, we get it. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, these are
awesome.
Yeah, these are what like the Bat Commandos looked like. So they're just basically like flying around in like gear and like samurai swords, and I was like, okay, normally I should hate this, but yeah, that's something that came across later on.
Yeah, but when swinging around those samurai swords, how are they not hitting their wings?
Comics. Yeah, this is like I said, we're getting into this realm here. I like this, just big hulking. They did this. This is someone just read the Wikipedia page like we did and just was like 10 things you didn't know. Yeah, he can trigger a transformation without the serum. Eventually, it built up in his bloodstream enough where it was just happening, and sometimes it was happening when he didn't want it to.
That half-life's a bitch, man.
Yeah, well, and also, like, eventually, it was going to become permanent, and yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, he permanently becomes Man Bat in Blackest Night because I like I said, I have to find this. I have the omnibus. I have to find this tie-in issue where Black Lantern Bizarro, look at the dread in his face, knowing that he's just be stuck like that. Yeah, that's terrible. Look at New 52. He doesn't even have wings. The New 52 is the bane of my existence.
I've said it many times. The only thing good to come out of New 52 were the animated movies that we got from it.
Yeah.
Barely borrowed from 52, and the rest of it was just the main continuity.
Okay. Also CBR. Okay. I don't expect too much. Becomes addicted to the bat serum. That's like part and parcel to the character.
If you didn't know that, but knew enough about, that's like core to the character.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Next one, he turns into a giant bat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, has a wife named Francine.
Constantly getting shit on.
Recruited by the crime syndicate. I mean, that's just a storyline. Although I do kind of like the giant mouth. Son of a corrupt businessman. That's a late addition that I could say is pretty garbage.
Yeah,
Saves Francine
well, we saw
from
that.
She-Bat transformation.
But we saw that in the 52 when they were trying to do anything that's the polar opposite of the Waynes. Waynes are everything, and everything is the polar opposite of Waynes.
Yeah. Or he's a dark reflection of Thomas, right? Instead of using his pharmaceutical knowledge to help people the way Thomas did.
He developed COVID-19 and then changed his son into a bat.
By the way, this isn't even Francis.
That's Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Do you even need a degree in journalism anymore? Like this is like bottom of the barrel, something that you couldn't like screw up. Oh, I guess it's Harley Quinn Batman kicking her because look at those bat boobs right there. But still, this is not even made clear by that. And there's plenty of times where he saves her. One of the few storylines Kirk has been involved with. It's like, no, this is all right. Well, that was dumb, and we're all worse people for it. Let's see this. I want to see what this one looks like. Oh, there. Yeah, this is how Man-Bat looked in the Arkham universe. Great design. Why does it keep canceling it out? You're being a dick, StreamYards. Like that's a good look for
ooh. That's real cool.
Yeah. Especially like the first time you see it, it's like a jump scare, and you can see he's still got like pouches of the serum like attached to his body, and there's like cords coming everywhere. He looks like a failed science experiment. So like that's a good look. Daddy likes.
Yeah, no, I like the idea. Well, if you're gonna go from just kind of what the plan of the character was, addicted to a serum, then it should really look like a deformed human with just some bat characteristics.
Yeah,
not a complete, just all of a sudden a bat because of the serum.
Okay.
So the face is still very human, but huge ears. Maybe eyes have changed a bit, but like going to like something like that, this
might be a bit much. This might be jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is fine though. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's that EVS picture again. This is the one that I picked for the thumbnail. He's still got like the torn pants, and there's ways to do it.
Right. If you're going simply from a failed science experiment that changes him into a bat, then it should look like a human with bat characteristics. Now, if you're playing it more like a werewolf situation, then yes, a few of these would be more of the werewolf side, especially with some of the storylines where when he's in bat form, doesn't remember anything that he did during that time.
Yeah, like you see, he's still got his haircut. Yeah, this part,
right.
he pops out and he scares the shit out of you. And if you have headphones on while you're playing it, that one, you're gonna have a nice surprise. Yeah, I mean, so I think we nailed it. The only other one I just wanted to show was they had this giant animatronic bat in Batman Forever, and they cut it out, and they were basically gonna say because they wanted Man-Bat, and eventually they decided not to go with it. But it is odd looking, and it's a scene. I guess it's still in the the Brockheimer cut. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. But yeah, that's Val Kilmer squaring off with so that's what that is. Like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Gotta ask, how do you guys feel about the character actually transitioning into film?
You know what? Now we could do it a hell of a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got to be one of those characters where you either do it like it would be cool to do it like with the Batman right now, right? Like because it's supposed to be like year 2. He's just kind of like figuring it out. You can't do it too early or too late in Batman's career because it either needs to be like, oh, this is off the charts. I've never seen anything like this before, or you establish that Batman's going to be seeing a bunch of weird shit moving forward. You can't have it, like, so if he shows up at the end of the Dark Knight trilogy, we'd be like, what are we doing? Like that's why it was such a bad idea to have, like, they wanted Bruce to meet Clark Kent in France and be like, oh, so you could have just made my life a hell of a lot easier if I would have just met you a couple of years ago. By the way, like, why aren't you doing Superman stuff? You know that they were going to blow my entire, they blew up all the bridges to my city and was going to blow it up with a nuke. Where were you?
It's not Metropolis's problem. Sorry.
It's just like Marvel introducing the Eternals. Well, where the fuck were you guys?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just like Snyder, at the end of the Snyder Cut, Martian Manhunter, it was like, where were you? We've established that you've been in universe since Man of Steel. You just saw that shit going down. You're like, nah.
I had to decide if I could trust you guys. Yeah. Oh, sure. That's why. Okay. See, my feelings, if they're gonna bring Man-Bat into film, I wouldn't even put him in a Batman movie. I would put him in Justice League Dark, something like that, where you're gonna go crazy anyway. You can still time to the character, have him in the same universe, depending on how they do it.
I mean, you could also do, like, he's a character best served as, like, he's like the B plot. Like, there's also like this, people are starting to think that Batman is getting too violent. And why? And because there's this giant Man-Bat thing flying around. And, he just kind of figures that out halfway into the movie. And then, like, later you see Langstrom in the Batcave and he's got like a couple IVs coming out of him. And, it was like, it doesn't have to be a full movie about Man-Bat, but you can easily add him into the mythos quickly. It's not a complicated backstory where it's all this integral stuff. He's an outsider guy, and it's not like, well, like for Two-Face, you have to kind of establish that Harvey Dent is important in the city, and so it'd be good to show him a couple of times not as Two-Face before establishing him as you could start him up as Man-Bat right off of the gate, and he can put the pieces together as the movie goes along while he's investigating other things. And that also shows that Batman's on top of what's going on in Gotham City.
You don't necessarily need to start off pre-origin and then go into the origin story. He can already be an existing, and then very good point. And then through being a detective, he develops and finds out why and how Man-Bat came to be.
Yes. I mean, it's
that's good.
Yeah, there's plenty of good ways to go about it. It doesn't, and like I said, they could just tease it in a couple like news stories in one of the movies. It was like, has the Cape Crusader gone too far? And then there's footage of an obvious giant bat like dropping a dude off of a building. And they were like, well, that's not Batman. That's Man-Bat. Or he's known for. I've never known him to cut people up and like drain their blood. And we're like, well, no, he mostly doesn't do that.
You know what just dawned on me?
What?
Man-Bat actually does make an earlier on-screen film appearance.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Batman 89, the calligraphist or whatever, the guy at the he actually drew a Man-Bat.
Yeah, no, the calligraphist, that wasn't actually him, but the art was Bob Kane.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's right.
He did draw a Man-Bat.
He does. A much more suave,
a little dapper Man-Bat, but
he was wearing a suit while being Man-Bat. I'll give you that.
That is in the Tim Burton everyone's wearing a zoot suit universe, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, this isn't okay. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not the worst thing. He got better treatment than Bane did.
Yeah. Ugh.
I know. But yeah, I think we got it. I think we got the character. So things are going to be up in the air for so we got to let's actually we can type this into the handy dandy internet. Bronze Age Batman villains, because I'm a fast typer. Da, 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 da. All right, let's see. Ra's al Ghul, obviously, we got them. They reintroduced the Joker, Two-Face, and the Riddler. We already gotten to them. We might discuss their Bronze Age globes, but I think every single time we covered these characters, we did a good one. We did a good job of explaining them in all their iterations, and we haven't even gotten to the Joker yet. Whoa, Junior, good to see you, buddy. So we have Ebenezer Dark, Reaper, the Black Spider, Calculator, Dr. Phosphorus, Clayface. Well, that's the Preston Payne. Maxie Zeus might be a fun one. Firebug, the Electrocutioner. We already did Solomon Grundy, which that's a Golden Age character. I don't. Killer Croc, Crazy Quilt, Lady Shiva, Magpie, Prometheus,
Bronze
Bane.
Tiger.
Bronze Tiger. So the 10-eyed man. I don't know who the 10-eyed man is.
The Spook.
Yeah.
By the only one to be really?
Oh, you know what? Black Mask. Black Mask is a great one.
He's the Spook is a master of escape and illusion, created in 1973. Everyone get out of the thinking of, let's see, electrocutioner.
Electrocutioner.
Did you already do KG Beast?
No, I was either, like I said, I was either thinking Maxie Zeus or Black Mask. I'm trying to go by their
Good choices.
Obviously, we'll save Bane for when Chuck Dixon comes on. Ebenezer Dark's not bad either, but Electrocutioner. Oh, the ventriloquist.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll do the ventriloquist next week. And then probably Black Mask, and then Bane. Harley Quinn is not a Golden Age or a Bronze Age character. So yeah, you got the Spook. Lady Shiva will be an interesting one. And we could probably get the Electrocutioner and KG Beast in one episode, because I don't see them. Prometheus will also be an interesting one. He's kind of a misboat. Oh, Zach's a million. How are you, sir? But yeah, so like I said, we will definitely cover Bane. Like I said earlier, and a couple times, Chuck Dixon will be on the show. We'll also, I believe, Yellow Flash will be on that episode as well. So we will have plenty to talk about, and Marvin from that Park Place, I'm sure he'll want to jump on too. So we got a bunch of great things come on, and hopefully that opens the door. We can get more comic book writers and people who actually had parts in these characters. Like, it would have been interesting to have Chuck on today, knowing that there's parts of Man-Bat's mythos that he helped shape and form, and what I'm sure the studio and the publisher, they always have certain ways that they want these particular characters to be done. So just hearing the background of that, other than like a character like Bane, who like he just came up with, like this was a previously existing character. So we'll have to ask him about that when he comes on. But I think we got it. Oh, guys, what do we got going on for the rest of the weekend? Start with Emerald.
Oh, okay. I was gonna. Let's see. No insert title here tonight. It is on hiatus until summer because I'm going to change the time and date and kind of give it a little more structure. But starting, I'm going to share my screen. Let me pull it up. Starting on April 4th is my new show, Sensor Logs Podcast. We're going to be watching the original Star Trek, and we're going to go through the original series, then Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and then Enterprise. And then we're going to end there because that's all that there is to Star Trek, not the abomination that is post 09. We will be starting off with the very first original pilot called The Cage. And that will be on Saturday nights, only on Rumble because we're going to be watching it. A cut down version will then be put up on YouTube later. And that is at 7 p.m. PST on Saturday, starting next Saturday. Then Tuesday at 6 p.m. PST is Nerds Covering the News. And then I'm creating another show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. PST. It is an yet to be named watch along of Battlestar Galactica, the redone version that started in 2003, created by Ronald D. Moore. Tiny's never seen it before, so we're going to be watching, and that'll be open to anyone that wants to join in, watch along, and be part of it. Again, that is going to be Rumble exclusive with a cut down version then put later on to YouTube. Then on Thursdays at 6 p.m. PST on my channel is All the Good Titles Were Taken, where I just watch videos from that I find and I want to react to. And a few episodes, I get pretty fucking pissed off because of either the stupidity of people or the anger of the self-inflicted damage that we do to ourselves. So that's what I got going on. I got a few new things that are kind of in the works.
Nice.
Iron.
All right. Rogue Skeller is coming back today at 4:35 p.m. PST. Going to be kind of a light show, considering a lot of our group is still off on the road, hitting the cons and everything. But gonna try and do a little MegaCon recap. Special guest Lawrence Knight, and talk about some other stuff going on in the news. Get a little caught up, getting back on schedule, trying to anyway, after taking some time off, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. All
right. I got to ask Iron real quickly. How does it feel to fall asleep during Simpcast, even though you weren't on screen? We saw the pictures.
Oh, great. That was funny.
Vaughn sitting there on there where it actually turned into Pimpcast because Chrissy constantly was having problems with her equipment.
Yeah. All I remember about that was he kept having to like hit me and be like, "Hey, dude, you're snoring." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm sorry." And then a few minutes later, it's just happening.
Welcome to my nightmare. Yeah, I'm glad that I've held my tongue about MegaCon until after I'd gotten a couple nights sleep, and I was sick as a dog after I left the airport on Monday. So that was great. I showed up on Tuesday. I could barely walk because of my back, and like I'm not, I'm breathing like a French bulldog. They're like, "Did you have fun?" Yeah. Oh God, it hurts. So, yes, motherfuckers trying to steal my thing. But yes, I'll probably be on Rogues later tonight, and depending on what goes on. But I am gonna get some stuff done around the house, and I just bought the what is it, the Marvel Maximum collection, so I'm going to be monkeying around with that. I might do some live streaming with it later, but definitely a blast from the past. And I was playing it last night, and I remember loving Separation Anxiety, when I was a kid, just because you could do more stuff with Venom, and now just realizing that it's just a Maximum Carnage clone. Don't care. Still fond memories of playing it, and I'm looking forward to playing X-Men Arcade like online with like a bunch of strangers, and hopefully they have voice chat, so we can really get into it. But if not, I still got to finish Cosmic Invasion, and I don't know if I'm feeling like a total sadist, I might fire up Cuphead, but I got to figure out. Today's the day I'm going to set up my my Steam account to my YouTube channel and work on getting that, because I don't believe you need a capture card if you're doing it through Steam, right?
No, not at all. Really easy.
No, because it's right on. Because it's right. I mean, if you're doing it just right on your desktop, then all it is just sharing.
OBS works fine.
Yeah,
perfect. All right. Well, I think that'll do it, guys. So we will be back talking about the ventriloquist, or if Chuck decides to come on next week. I highly doubt we're going to get a lot for next week, just because it's the holiday weekend. It's Holy Saturday. And okay, yeah, Paul, I need his OBS. Yeah, if someone wants to teach me how to do that, that'll be great. But if I'm not worried about that today. I just want to play the games. I already streamed for a good 2 hours today. I don't need to get greedy. But we'll be back next week talking to the ventriloquist. Like I said, and the day that we confirm Chuck will be the day that we're talking about Bane, and that'll be the day that I reach out to everybody else, because that'll be a good one. But he is confirmed. These guys can attest he is in the CaveCast chat, which was a pretty cool experience. It's like when you unlock a character in like Smash Brothers for the first time. It's like a new player has entered the ring, and you're like, oh shit, it's Chuck Dixon. But guys, we will be back for more Batman entertainment Saturday morning, and we'll see y'all next week. You guys can find me on my Discord, hit me up on Twitter if you guys have any suggestions. I'm always open ears, but we'll see you next week.
Come on. Yes, Batman, clad in the somber costume which has struck terror to the heart of many a swaggering denizen of the underworld. Bob? Done.
Holy CinemaScope! Holy miscast Batman! Holy movie mogul! Holy cliffhangers Batman! Holy suborbit Batman! It's raining down there! Big history! Holy catastrophes Batman! Holy bullseye Batman! Holy stereo! Listen to this! Holy armadillos! Holy Krypton! Holy trampoline! Holy fork in the road! Holy Titanic Batman! Holy Houdini! Holy funny bone the Joker! Holy chutzpah! Holy precision! Come on,
Tomorrow, same that time, same that channel.
The monster who took you from me will soon learn that revenge is a dish best served